I'm live.
Hurry up. It's the Chris Miles Show, giving you a logical perspective, an intelligent point of view. The full 411. Live from LA, it's the Chris Miles Show with your host, Chris Miles.
Thank you. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I am the illustrious one. I am Chris Miles. Welcome to another edition of the Chris Miles Show, episode 48. We are here in color cut clarity. We're doing something different today than what we've been doing. We are live in the studio, and we are going to come with some entertainment, some things that are very educational, as well as very informative. All right. As you all may have known, me and Stephen A. Smith have been going back and forth on many issues, primarily the issues pertaining to his decision to defend that of Jerry Jones. Okay. So today's show, episode 48, we are bringing back what's called the sellouts. Now, the sellouts encompass many blacks who basically, for the establishment, they have an agenda. All right. So the fact of the matter is, we are going to be giving names of who we feel and think are sellouts. Like, who really has this, we can't really call it a covert, but an overt agenda. All right. So once again, let me go on and give out the credits. I'm Chris Miles. This is episode 48 of the Chris Miles Show in color cut clarity. We are continuing the conversation on that of the sellouts. And we are talking specifically about blacks in the black community. Okay. Also, too, Kanye West is back in the news. Kanye West showed up on Alex Jones' show the other day. And producer, I need my lights, man. He showed up on Alex Jones' show. And once again, I'm thinking that Kanye West has, put his foot in his own ass at this point, to say the least. All right. So we're going to be talking about that. Today's show won't be all that long, but we're going to try to run through a few things of importance. I see I'm actually streaming today on Facebook. I see the Queen is in, Miss O'Berry. I see DeAndre Jesse is in. What's up, Mr. Jesse? So so this is what's going on with us today on the Chris Miles Show. Like I say, we're just keeping the conversation going of that pertaining to people who have an overt agenda in the black community. And I say overt because it's obvious. It's really obvious what they are actually doing. It's not, this is not some covert thing anymore. Anytime you can come out in defense of Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones has basically shown his hand in the NFL when it deals with a lot of the black players. He's shown what type of person he is. And you come out in defense of his actions and things of what he has done and the things that have been done in the past. but you all of a sudden make some type of excuse for it, we take issue with that. You understand? So that's where we are today. And, you know, we're going to go into the show. I'm actually, hold on for a second. So hopefully I will get more people to come in to the show. Because like I say, we're doing something different. We are actually streaming. It was actually supposed to be streamed through YouTube. We have a new system. So we are actually streaming through YouTube. Was supposed to be YouTube, that of TikTok, and Instagram. Okay, just to name a few. So yeah, that's what's going on. But hope everybody's doing okay today. And like I say, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to enlighten you and educate you. We have Dreamer Floyd Dunbar. How you doing, love? Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. This is another thing that we're gonna start doing to give people more of an intuitive view of what goes on. I know a lot of people see me and my team. A lot of stuff that you see out there, I don't actually put it out there. I have a team of people that works with me. Matter of fact, the individual supposed to be in here now. His ass, when I go on, and we actually about at the time 7 minutes late. You know, we on black folks time, people. So you know, when you're on black folks time, you're always late. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, wow, this is very uncomfortable. Okay, so I'm trying to get these headgear. No, that's better. But anyway, like I say, we're 7 minutes late, and when I get ready to go on, and he all of a sudden he runs out of the studio. But yeah, so like I was saying, within the black community, everybody saw what was going on with Kyrie Irving. Okay, everybody saw what was going on with Kyrie Irving, and that within itself was, for me, very distasteful. It was distasteful because a lot of the powers that be basically stacked the gamut against that of Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very, very distasteful. So we're going to go into that. I'm actually going to. One of the other things I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to try to pull up some of Stephen A. Smith dialogue from his show the other day. I don't know if we'll be successful in doing it, but we're going to try to. All right. But like I said, yeah, we really want to keep the conversation going on this debacle with, you know, certain individuals in the black community who has come out and said some real, as I would call it, very distasteful things. Okay, so that's where we are at this point. All right, let's go into the show. So, Stephen A. Smith the other day came out. Hello, Deborah, Miss Hill. Thanks for tuning in to the Chris Miles Show. Stephen A. Smith came out after I released some information. The information that was actually released was information pertaining to the fact of him defending that of Jerry Jones. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to Let me see here. I'm going to try to pull up. What's up, David? What's going on, brother? Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. Like I say, we're streaming live today. Y'all bear with me. I'm actually in the studio right now by myself. So, so anyway, let me see if I can bring this up. This is Stephen A.
You ever see a fight break out? And you were sitting there watching, standing there watching? Does that mean you were a part of the violence? Just saying. When you saw somebody's ass get kicked and you didn't do anything, does that mean that you were an advocate of them getting their ass kicked? Did you watch the film that Kyrie Irving put a link on his Twitter page? Does that mean you're anti-Semitic? What does it mean? Instead, we're the only group of people who questions somebody else's ethnicity when we disagree with each other.
Okay, so let me just say this. Stephen A. Smith said all of these distasteful things about that of Kyrie Irving. Okay? He said all of these derogatory things about Kyrie Irving. Now, this is the thing that gets me with this shit with Stephen A. Smith. Like, everybody came out with, or I say everybody, but there were a selective group of black individuals, okay, that came out and said Kyrie Irving was anti-Semitic. Kyrie Irving fired back and said, I can't be anti-Semitic because of who I am and where I come from. When you look at the word Semitic, which comes from the word Shemitic, it's speaking about a certain specific group of people. Be that a people being Hebrews, a people being Arab, East Indian, and people of that, from that Afro-Asiatic. Can we get the lights, please? So when Kyrie Irving said that I can't be Semitic, he was absolutely right. Now, the issue that I take with this bullshit that Stephen A. has been doing. Stephen A. has probably not even seen the film. Okay? And I haven't seen it, but there are people that I've talked to that have seen this film. And they're saying that there's nothing anti-Semitic about this particular film, which is Hebrews to Negroes. But Stephen A. comes out and he jumps on board with kicking Kyrie Irving in the ass. Matter of fact, when Charles Barkley, with his inarticulate dumbass, came out and asked for Adam Silver of the NBA to suspend Kyrie Irving, Stephen A. jumped on board. But this is not the first time Stephen A. has done this. So he comes out and he says, well, Kyrie Irving don't get it. And he's been, in his feelings about Kyrie because Kyrie Irving also did not take the jab. So he was actually suspended a while back from that bullshit. Later to come out, the city of New York, the firemen and the police officers there that work for the city of New York filed a lawsuit. Hello, Miss Jackson. They filed a lawsuit against the city to get their jobs back pay and all this stuff. And the city of New York has to actually pay them. So Kyrie Irving is also owed money, but Stephen A. came out against that. And as always, he has no problem beating up black people, which is the issue I have with Stephen A. Smith. Okay? But he beat up Kyrie Irving. He said all of these despicable things about Kyrie. But when it came to Jerry Jones, a picture showing Jerry Jones a part of a mob to deny black kids the opportunity to go to school or to go to school to get an education, Stephen A. Smith defends it. So make this shit make sense to me. Because as of this point here, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And it's really sad. It's at the end of the day, it is really sad that Stephen A. took the approach that he took. So when all of these things started happening, I got in this shit. And this is the thing. My content is distributed by that of Spotify. So is his. So he was about, if he didn't know, he was going to find out about it. But what happened was a few days ago, he wanted to call my name out on First Take. But he refrained from doing it because he knew and understood that could potentially be a can of worms by opening up a Pandora's box, be that lawsuits and other shit. So he didn't do it. So what do you think about this, producer? This shit with Stephen A., man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's just some stuff you don't speak on when you ain't got all the facts. And he looked at a still picture. I personally believe they know what that picture represented. Yeah, Jerry Jones was there, but he, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, you're gonna have it just looked like he was involved.
So and that's the issue I take with that of Stephen A. How in the hell do you defend it? You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to be there, that's a mob. That's terrorism. That is domestic terrorism at best. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's saying, Jerry, and this is the thing. Why Jerry Jones is not held to the same accord that Kyrie Irving and Kanye West and the rest of these guys are held to? Why is it always a double standard when it pertains to us versus them? Then you get Stephen A. will come out. You get Stephen A. will come out and he defends the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He defends the bullshit. So I'm not getting it. I think overall it's bad. Corey Holcomb has come out. Can you pull that up? Is that possible? Not. Like I said, we got new equipment here. A lot of stuff we actually have to get familiar with. A lot of stuff we're not necessarily familiar with right now, but all of that stuff is in the process. But, you know, like I said, Stephen A wants to come now and say, well, you know, the stuff that Kyrie had to deal with was excessive. But my point is, Stephen A, you helped to contribute to the stuff that you say is excessive. You did that. So my thing is, how is it that you are at a point of saying that it's excessive when you contribute to the stuff that's going on with Kyrie Irving? Help me understand this. And I simply ask the question, when does this stop? Like, when does this stuff dealing with us collectively stops? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a problem kicking each other in the ass, but then when the shit goes south, then we play this role like, man, I didn't have nothing to do with it, or it's excessive. But it was you, Stephen A, who helped to beat this man down. But you defend that of Jerry Jones. And still to this day, Jerry Jones have not came out. He has absolutely nothing to say. Okay? Nothing to say. We still have not heard from that of Brett Favre. So, and I don't see a lot of these guys, these black guys in the media, saying a damn thing about anything. You know, we did a press conference the other day. LeBron James came out and spoke about it. Like, man, why y'all are not asking these questions? And let me just say this. So that you all know that we are a legitimate company that's in the mix. Yes, we have press corps credentials now. That means we can go into the places CNN and all these other places go. We can now go into them and also ask questions. And I assure you that the press corps are white folks. There ain't no blacks in it. It's like shit, like you pour some salt in a plate and you take a few specks of pepper and dump amongst the salt. That's what it's like. We have absolutely no representation there. So this is the thing what happens in the process, that these certain questions and shit don't necessarily get posed to these people. And this is what I'm saying. People like Stephen A, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Jay Will, some of these guys. Jay Will came out. But these guys understand the dynamics of what this shit is. Okay? And they still go along to beat our people down. Something you want to say, producer?
No, man, you said everything, man. You said it.
So, and I'm just saying, man, at some point in time, we have to hold Stephen A and the rest of these sellouts. And that's the title of the show today, the sellouts. We got to hold their ass accountable. And Stephen A. Smith should feel uncomfortable around black people. So does Shaquille. I know these guys, and this is the thing. Both of these guys they're part of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Okay? But let me tell you something. A lot of people don't know, I did fair time. Okay? And the whole while I was in there, I never had any problems. None. Back at the time, I found out I had cancer. Well, I didn't know I had cancer at the time. But I got sick in the process of getting ready to come home, right? One of the guys that's a part of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, that was the war in there, put me in the shoe because I was complaining about, I'm defecating blood, I'm urinating blood, I'm throwing up blood. Okay, I'm sick. He puts me in the shoe because I was complaining about not feeling well. This is what somebody who's a part of the same goddamn fraternity that these guys are did to me. And what I'm saying to you is, it is a sad day when black people don't give a shit about each other. But the only time they do care about each other is when things go south for them. And then it's a problem. It's an issue. And I'm just saying, this stuff has to change. I mean, it really and truly, we are the most disrespectful people when it pertains to each other. And my thing is, how do we expect for other people to respect us when we shit on each other? I sacrificed myself back in 2016 for a matter. And I ride with it. My track record is proven. And I was ran out of Montgomery, Alabama. Okay? I was told, pack your shit, don't you ever come back to Montgomery, Alabama. The people that represented me said that, the attorneys. And they weren't worth a shit because they sold me out too. But that's the system. So it's kind of like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. And this is why I go so hard. And this is why the Chris Miles show exists today. Because of that reason. You understand? Because of that reason. Somebody has to hold these people accountable. These sellouts. And it's going to come a day. It's going to come a day where we get our opportunity to confront them on the bullshit that they do to us, as well as each other. So, I'm just saying, back to the issue with Stephen A. Smith. And let me just say this, because I don't want to dwell too long on the subject matter with him. When I was going through my trials and tribulations, when I was put in pretty much a very uncomfortable setting, Stephen A., me being able to watch First Take was what got me through a lot of the things that I was going through, just to hear his commentary. But from that time to this time, I've lost all found respect for that cat. And I'm going to say this. Stephen A. and my first cousin are good friends. They go hang out with Magic Johnson all the time. Magic have an event. He gets on his cell phone. He calls them. They fly over to France, Italy, Japan. They do a lot of shit together. Okay? But it still does not negate the fact that, like I say, these individuals should be uncomfortable around their people. Why? Because of what they represent. Help me out here, producer. Give me something. I'm just saying. What's your take on this shit, man? Talk up.
It's like a separation complex, They want to get along, they want to get along with them, and, but when the shit hit the fan, they want to try to come back to our community. But, they working for the other folks, praising them. The other folks get sick, they get sick. They just, they jump the fence too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They not, they say they try, some folks do stuff behind the scenes and do this and do that, but it ain't been no progress for real.
Right.
Ain't nobody really, you're not seeing, they'll go build schools in Africa, but they won't help.
And
they won't help Umar Johnson,
Right, Umar Johnson, right,
just to see, what'll happen. Just to get a man a shot, just to see what'll happen. trying to get it out the mud.
So this is the other thing too. Let me just say this. Hello, Miss Brown. Thanks for tuning in to Jacqueline Brown to the Chris Miles Show. Listen, we have these. We got JB Smooth coming up. Working on trying to get Umar Johnson. My brother Jerome Benton. They just did the event in Las Vegas. Him and Morris Day the Time. I don't know. Y'all probably saw it this past Sunday. And Jerome actually called me. He called me like 4 days this morning. You know, like, little bro, what's going on with you? So, you know, we try to talk maybe twice a week. Yeah, so I got some. You all, we're gonna, like I say, we're finna start streaming. You all are gonna really dig the Chris Miles Show. We got some, and this other thing, you got some. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. If you got products out here, man, this is the people's podcast, right? You know what I'm saying? We serious. We doing a lot of shit. Wherever you can type my name, go to Google, put the name in, it'll give you on all of the stations and shit that we're on, right? So, and I'm just a little peon, a nobody from Alabama. Okay, and my show is growing. My numbers are going up. Hello, Lucy Black. How you doing? Or Black Lucy. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. But the point is what I'm saying. This podcast, this radio show exists for the fact of that reason. Two, what's going on, Brother Maya? This exists for the purpose of educating the masses. That's what this is for. Okay. And then we're also going to start incorporating phone calls into the show. Okay. Because I know a lot of you all out there, y'all some of the same issues that we're talking about, you all are concerned about. Okay. This other thing too, we're going to pivot to something else, right? Because I want to talk about Kanye West. So let's do that. Let's do that. Thank you, Queen. I'm glad you feel like I'm somebody. Thank you so much. I love you. You know that, right? But this is the thing. Kanye West has stepped in dog doo-doo again. Okay. Now, when Kanye West came out and he said that blacks were the real Hebrews, right? When he came out and said that blacks were the real Hebrews, he told the truth. That was not far-fetched. That was not a lie, right? But then he went down this path of reassociating himself with individuals on the right. So this guy who he's dealing with by the name of Nick Fuentes, all right? We did a show on Nick Fuentes. When was that, producer? Was that back in March?
Yeah, it was early this year.
It was early in the year. We did a show on this guy. Now, this is what I want to say about Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is no if, in, buts about it. The guy is just outright. He racist. Okay? The dude is racist, man. I mean, when you look at the shit that what he represent, what he is, he's just, it doesn't get any worse than this particular guy. So for Kanye West to come out and say, listen, man, us black folks are the real Hebrews. And to go back and to realign himself with people on the right is horrible, to say the least. So He went on Alex Jones' show and he said some things that I never would have said. You know, my mom used to tell me, and help me out here, Queen. I'm talking Sister Johnny Mae Oberry, Parks Oberry, excuse me. We call her Queen. She from my city. My mom used to tell me as a child, she say the only thing in life that hurts you is what come out. Sometimes if you're thinking something, it's not a good thing to say it. And I understand that Kanye West is bitter about how he's been treated and how the people have restricted and shut down his accounts and all of this other stuff. That's very unfortunate, right? But you do not want to get into a pissing contest with this certain conglomerate out there in society, because you're going to lose. So he goes out, he take the symbol, which is the shield of David, and he puts a swastika in the midst of it. And so quite naturally, Elon Musk has to counteract this. So he suspends his Twitter account. So Kanye West kind of knew that shit was coming. And the other thing is, before he got out of there, he said he posted an image of him and Chris Paul. He posted an image of Chris Paul stating that he caught his wife with Chris Paul. And what I find so telling about this, you understand and you know, when you met Kim Kardashian, what type of woman she was. You understood that. She had a video out with another guy. So you knew what you had when you married her. You knew what it was. You understood that. You know what I'm saying? You understood exactly what this was. And the fact of the matter is, you married her. You got kids by her. And now you come out and you say you caught another man, I'm guessing, putting dick on your wife. And what's really sad about it is you have another situation where she left him for the Jewish guy, Pete Davidson. So Kanye West right now is his thought process is completely discombobulated. Like, where are you? Like, you know, what's your thought? Then you go on Alex Jones' show and you basically say some things I wouldn't have said. I'm not going to get into all of the things that you have allegedly said. I'm saying I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, Kanye West. And you did it. You went and you did it. And I'm just telling you, I'm saying this to say, I'm saying that to say this. You've opened up a can of worms that I don't think you're going to come back from it. And I will say this, a year from now, God forbid, nothing happens to him, but they're going to destroy him now. You got anything you want to say, producer?
Nah, man, you said anything about that? Man.
Yeah. They are fixing to. Kanye West is finished. Let me see if I can pull this up.
That's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized. Well, I I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contract. And you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good. And I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one? Ari Emanuel, how you like that one? Hey, Ron, you're going to do anything to fix
This teacher's students
So
learned to race him.
this is the thing with that of Kanye West, man.
I mean, he ain't lying.
Yeah, so help me out, producer. What you say, bro?
I'm saying he ain't lying though, man. I mean, it's just like when you lock somebody up,
Right.
you send somebody to prison. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they supposed to get rehabilitated. So, I mean, he ain't lying. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The dude was evil. He did some evil shit, but I mean, he did some good. But I mean, it all boils down to the untouchables. You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing about them, nothing about their culture. If somebody did something to them, you gotta banish them to Hades or whatever. It's ridiculous. I'm saying I think Kanye's mindset is like, I mean, what else does he have to lose? He done lost everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People are always talking about him. He embarrassed about his wife. You know what I'm saying? They try to turn his kids against him. He done lost all his endorsements and,
So
he's like, if he gonna go, hell, he might as well go all the way.
Well, I get that. So, but hold on. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. As I stated earlier, hello, Mary Skipper. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. So this is what I'm saying, though, producer. Do you not think that he brought this on himself, though?
Oh yeah.
Because listen. This is the thing. There are things that he said, right?
Yeah.
That the conversation probably should have been had behind the scenes. But, he didn't have the conversation behind the scenes. Because he like Trump did. And we're going to talk about Trump and we're going to close. He sent out a tweet about going DEFCON on the Jewish people. Can you pull that definition of DEFCON up? Because I mean, DEFCON. This is what I'm saying. You're dealing with people that play on people's ignorance. Because the term DEFCON doesn't mean that you're actually going to kill somebody. It simply means readiness. It's a military term that is used preparing for that of war.
Right.
But pull that definition up for me.
It says DEFCON.
Okay, come on with it.
Any one of level 5 or 5 levels of U.S. military defense readings that are ranked from 5 to 1 according to the perceived threat to national security, which one indicating the highest level of perceived threat.
Okay.
Pretty much saying you putting up your defense.
Right. So exactly. What's up, Ralph? What's up, brother Ralph? What's going on, man? Man, I'm glad to see you, man. I got my brother. He Ralph Bradford. Thanks for tuning in to the Chris Miles Show. In Montgomery, he kept my haircut, my producer haircut, my son. So he's a part of my family. Huh? Yeah, so when you had that. Well, listen. So this is the thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Shit gets misconstrued because the term DEFCON doesn't mean that you are going to perpetrate or create some form of violence toward anybody. It simply means
Going
Right. It's a defensive term. Right. Exactly. It's level readiness of a defensive posture.
So I mean, he pretty much knew all this was coming. I think he was just fed up with it. Won't nobody else fight back and say nothing else about him. So he just killing out. He going out. He's shaking the tree. He's shaking the tree, trying to shake some out the branches, and if they like it, they like it. They don't, they don't. I mean, I think he got enough money to sustain for the rest of his life, but you know, he just the hell with it.
And let me ask you something, producer. How many acres in Wyoming he has?
I don't know. Let me find out.
Okay, so my producer's going to get Kanye West. He's set for life. Okay, he's set for life. But this is the point. I think at a point where he could have really helped a lot of people had he strategized his decision on this thing here completely differently. Now they're going to make him look like something that's basically crazy. Okay?
He said he has nearly 4,000 acres in Wyoming.
So Kanye West has right at 4,000 acres in Wyoming. That's a lot of land. Okay? And I say all of that to simply say this. He's straight and good for life. And hopefully he has some other things going on where his investments are hid. Hopefully they are clandestine. Now, I'm just simply saying all of that to say this. Like I say, I come back to the notion that he should have strategized his game plan a lot differently. And this is the thing we was talking about the sellouts earlier. The problem I have with the Charles Barkley and the Shaquille O'Neals of this world. These guys will go out here and they will flaunt what they have in front of black people. Okay? This is what they do. They will flaunt what they have in front of black people. But at the end of the day, they don't create any form of industry. They'll tell you, well, such and such need to do this, such and such needs to do that. But they don't create any jobs. We should not, as black people. I have a responsibility to the black community. Ralph Bradford has a responsibility to the black community. Mary Skipper has a responsibility to the black community. I agree, Ralph. God may have used him to spark the conversation, but it's left for the remaining brothers and sisters to understand what, and it's what you call, Ralph. But I agree. I so wholeheartedly agree with you. It's everything out there, if it's pro or con, God is behind it. Can you get that scripture for me? It's in Deuteronomy. I, the Lord, do all things. Just type it in there, it'll come up. To let you know that the Most High is behind all this. So what's up, brother Willie Knight? Reverend Willie Knight is in. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. But this is what I'm saying. Like, these things are happening because God wants them to happen. And this is it too. This is why the Khazarians, the ones that call themselves the Jews, the Lord has said, when 1/3 of the children of Israel wake up, the floodgates, and I'm paraphrasing. In other words, when 1/3 of our people wake up, the end will come. When 144,000, which is in the book of Revelations, I think it's the 7th chapter, when 144 are sealed, the Most High is going to send Christ back. So this is why they are also upset about the fact of us finding out exactly what this thing is. That's what this is. They do not want the power structure that they have to come to an end. But God doesn't lie, and no man can stop prophecy. That's the whole point. Let me say this, because we were talking about Nick Fuentes, Kyrie Irving, Alex Jones. Now, Alex Jones recently filed for bankruptcy. That verdict against him is what? Was what, $1 billion? $1 billion. He got $1 billion verdict against him. Now, did you get that scripture for me?
Yeah, let me read it.
Yeah, read it, please.
It was actually Isaiah 45:7. It say, I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace, I create evil. I, the Lord, do all things.
There you go. So the Most High God is telling you, he formed the light, he formed darkness, he create good, he create evil. I, the Lord, do all things. So there you have it. So what Ralph is talking about, Brother Ralph is talking about, he's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. And I'm saying that there is a magnitude of good to come out of this. Now, this is the thing that I want to say too, as we get ready to close this thing out. Most people know of that of Adolf Hitler, right? Sure you do. But how many of you all out there have ever heard of King Leopold of Belgium? He killed more people than Adolf Hitler did. But no one knows about him. Why is that? Why is it nobody knows about that of King Leopold? Why? There's a strategy behind the things that you see going on here, which is why I take issue with Stephen A. Now, Stephen A. is going to hear this show. He's going to fire back at me, and I'm going to fire back at him. So eventually, he's trying to not call my name out because, like I said, I'm a nobody. So as soon as he does, then everything changes. But I'm not in a pissing contest with him or any of Shaquille O'Neal. Because he's seen it too. He's heard about it. Charles Barkley. This is not what this is. This is holding their feet to the fire based upon they hold us at a certain accord, but when it flip and pertains to the people that they should, they do not. That's what this is. And let me just say this as I get ready to wrap this up. Donald Trump is coming back to run again. Hopefully he does. That's what he's saying. He's coming back to run again for the president a third time. Now, this is the crazy part. This man has been impeached twice. He's caused an insurrection. He went there and lied. He tried to get his vice president hung. Right there in the middle of the Capitol, right there in D.C. And this man is coming back to run again for the presidency of the United States. You all telling me that white privilege doesn't exist, and you're telling me that there's not a double standard? Why Stephen A? Stephen A has a podcast. Why the hell they're not talking about that? Why these blacks out here who I have decided to go after are not talking about it? This is the other thing. We'll be back in here Monday. Atlanta runoff is Tuesday. You got Warnock against Herschel Walker. And this is what I find so interesting in telling about that of Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker is everything society or the establishment would hate it. Me, my producer, anybody else out there. but they embrace it. They embrace it with that of Herschel Walker. What does that tell us? What does that tell you about them? This is so unfortunate, man. It is so damning for us to see and to understand the hyperbole and the hypocrisy that goes on. Like this guy, Herschel Walker, has paid for abortions. He has beat women. He lies. He's not that smart. I don't know how the hell he got out of the University of Georgia. I guess he just had talent, but he's everything the establishment hate about black men, yet the establishment supports him. This is why the Chris Miles Show exists. Now, I'm neutral. Nobody is paying me. Although I get paid for what I do, people, nobody is paying me for any form of endorsements or anything like that. Hello, Lisa Mack. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. Nobody is paying me for anything. No one has ran their ads on the Chris Miles Show. Not yet, anyway. Maybe that's to come. But the fact of the matter is that as I'm stating, Raphael Warnock is nowhere near unintelligent and as ignorant as that of Herschel Walker. It's sad. I want to thank for the ones of you all that have tuned in. We'll be back in here. I'm going to start trying to televise a stream every day. So hopefully sometime next week we'll incorporate phone calls into the program. We're working on JB Smooth. Y'all go look him up. Y'all seen him, and he just did a commercial with that. What's the football? The guy's Manning. He was just recently at the BET Awards. We got several celebrities going to be pulling up on us right here on the Chris Miles Show. So, what's up, Michael Scott? That's my dude, Michael.
Big things to come. Y'all tune in.
Yeah, big things to come. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So, listen, man, it's been fun. We finna get out of here, man. I got to go eat. So, I'm just like I said, we're gonna start televising the Chris Miles Show, and hey man, y'all hang out with us, and we're gonna do what we do. All right, everybody be blessed. Y'all have a great weekend, man. We'll be back in here same time Monday, and hopefully y'all spread the word. Y'all spread the word and support the show. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in to the Chris Miles Show. Catch you all on Monday. God bless. Y'all have a good one. All right? Have a good weekend.